Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. Remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that, and welcome to a brand new day. And of course, if you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you. Without your help, life would be a whole lot more difficult. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I can't put your names up here yet. Hardware and physical problems. But remember this, when you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome. Thumbs up and thank you. Well, hooky smokes, I got a fair amount to talk about because I've got a bunch of stuff written down on notes so that I don't forget. ADHD for the win. And oh boy, yesterday was fun. Actually, things were going on pretty good. I got up early in the morning. I went for walkies, and then I came back and I sat down and I was doing things, and then I became stupid. I have a very reactive body and system. If I eat something bad, it's going to directly affect me very quickly. And if I eat certain things, those combinations can be very, very bad. I always forget. ADHD. Or I think I will space stuff out, and I didn't space it out. If I eat Pringles potato crisps by themselves, I'm fine. You shouldn't eat a lot of them at one time. Don't eat like a box of these things or anything like that. But if you just have like a tube of Pringles, you're fine. If I eat a bag of sour gummy worms, like the Walmart brand, I'm fine. A lot of sugar. I'm probably going to fall into a sugar coma because of it. My tongue is marked because I think I ate some earlier. I can't remember. Yay, ADHD for the win. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. And I'll be fine. You shouldn't eat a million of them at any one time, but if you just have them like once a day or something, you'll be okay. If I eat Pringles and sour gummy worms at the same time, for whatever reason, the combination of what's in the gummy worms, what's in Pringles, sends my heart into overdrive unpleasantly. Now, my pulse has, for the past not even 10 years now, I have been sedentary most of my life. And my pulse back when I was working as a nurse's aide, I had a resting pulse really close to 100. And so having a healthy heart rate is new for me, but it went from being high to exercising, it plummeted. I have a resting heart rate anywhere from 55 to 60. And if I'm up and moving, it goes up like 65. My pulse is down because I do a lot of walking, lean muscle, and cardiac stuff because of the walking. So it's good for you. So when my pulse goes up now, it can feel really unpleasant. If it goes up just 20 points, that's 75. That's the normal range is like 70 to 100. So by hitting 75, I'm like 5 points onto the actual chart. But for me, because it's 20 beats per minute more than normal, it feels unpleasantly fast. It isn't, but it feels that way because of what I've become used to. And so yesterday, when I ate those gummy worms and Pringles at the same time, which I had not been able to figure it out until afterward, I went into a bad coma, heart pounding, heart racing the day prior. And then yesterday I did this, and my heart was feeling, oh my gosh, pulse was 100, and I normally just have a normal pulse. But a pounding pulse is instead of, it's going beat, beat, beat. It says beat, beat, beat. Well, it was at 100 like that. And that's exhausting. Because number one, your cardiac system is acting like you've been running. And then I got the anxiety that goes with, life. So when things don't go well, the anxiety ramps up hard, And I've got premature ventricular contraction, which means one, you have your two atria, two small chambers of your heart, your two ventricles, the two major chambers of your heart that pumps your blood, number one, to your lungs, and then after it comes out of your lungs, to the rest of your body with one big slam. So it works hard, and one of my chambers beats fast, and so the other one waits and then beats. And you can get a little extra blood going there, and then, oh, and that doesn't feel good. So in the middle of all my anxiety and my heart racing and my heart pounding, I've got my heart skipping. It was not a good day. Starting at about, what was it, 1 o'clock, I think? Because I was an idiot. It was my fault. You know, I'm lucky I did not die. I was thinking about that, you know, not the whole death part. No, I'm probably not lucky I didn't die. It's just, if I keep that up, yeah, definitely. So it was bad. And because it was pounding and racing, I was exhausted because it had been like I had been out exercising hard. And then I had the sugar crash after that and fell asleep here. So that's why I didn't have a video yesterday. By the time I felt good, you know, I wasn't having pounding and racing. It was close to 5 o'clock. Or even was it 6? Holy smokes. It's just, I didn't feel good while it was happening, and then I was exhausted when it was done. So if you find out what makes your body not feel good, don't do it. I will hopefully remember in the future to not do this. And I mean, I know that it's certain combinations because, yes, remembering, I did have some gummy worms this morning, but I didn't have Pringles. And you know what? I didn't even feel sugar crash coming on. So I just got to be smart. And not eat gummy worms, because good golly, Miss Molly, I'm at least 215, if not 220. I need to lose weight. At least 40 pounds to get back down to 180. Ugh. Luckily, I carry it well, but still, it's not good for you. And since I had a heart attack some point in the past, honestly, I have no clues when. I mean, talk about a silent heart attack. It was a shocker when my doctor came in with the EKG and said, "Oh, did you know you've had a heart attack?" And it's like, no, I didn't. So, thumbs up on that. Yeah, it's nice to have a heart attack and then not know it because it was painless. I mean, suddenly falling down and dying when nothing hurts that you don't even know what's going on is kind of a weird feeling. I haven't done that, but hopefully I won't. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of this stuff on the paperwork and what I have here. Oh yes, I've talked about this online with some people, and I talked about it with my therapist, with Jack Black. I am one of those people that I am upset with Jack Black. I am offended by the way he threw away the friendship and tossed his friend under the bus of Kyle Gass. But at the same time, in the world we live in, I understand that he was put in a bad place. Because yes, I've seen things online where it's like, he threw away this, friendship of 30 years for this. And it's showing him playing Steve in a Minecraft movie. Yeah. But at the same time, he was put in a terrible position. We do live in a capitalist society. We do live in a place where you need work. We do live in a society where if you buy things that you need to pay for, you need to be able to keep paying for them. And yeah, all of a sudden, Jack Black was put into a situation where it's possibly throw away everything that you have ever worked for, or throw away the friendship that you've got. I would not want to be in that situation. At the same time, emotionally, I am absolutely offended by the fact that he threw his friend under the bus. I mean, in a moment's idiocy, and I only say idiocy because the moment afterward, Kyle Gass was going oopsie poopsie, and yeah, so much repercussions on what has happened to him that in our capitalist society, that was a moment's idiocy. That was a bad joke to make at a bad time if in our political society and such. And I want to make clear something I've talked about with my sister and talked about with my therapist. I talk violent. I like violent media. I think in the movies that we watch, you know, it should be PG to just treat the human body as if it's nothing more than meat to be abused and destroyed. But that's fiction. That's fiction. That's not reality. Reality is something completely different. I talk violently. Violent imageries, violent jokes. But I do not want anyone to actually be, murdered. There are people that I wouldn't be sad if they had a heart attack. I might feel that the world became a slightly better place if something happened and they became a no longer metabolizing human being. But I don't wish that upon them. Hokey smokes. I mean, even I am glad that it was only just an ear graze. Nobody deserves to have their heads popped. So, yeah, that's my views on political violence. So, thumbs up on that. Let's see what else I have written down. Oh, yes. I have talked about, and I'm going to continue doing so, talked about Electric Callboy. I watched one of their videos, and I wasn't sure what to think about it. It was Hurricane, and it's all sung in German, because they're German. And I believe I've talked about it before. It's a 2-minute song. The first half of the song is I guess it's called like Schlager? But the moment that they started singing in the song, it's like I knew it was a German song. Back when I was over in Germany in the early 1980s, German pop, that would have fit in perfectly. The instrumentation, the mixing, and all that, of course, better by decades. But instantly you could tell that was, that's German pop. So for a minute of it, and then it goes into the death metal, and it ends in absolutely the best way. It is beauty and art, because the first half of it is they're on a boat and they're singing this grand song, and then they transition to on land, and then the second half of the movie, the death metal part, is when the zombies come out. And I have never seen a music video end in a more perfect way, when the zombies attacked the band members and then killed them by eating them. And then just when the song was done, which the song was done when the last band member died, after the zombies were done, they just got up and left, leaving behind the mutilated, half-eaten human corpses behind. And I have never seen anything more beautiful, nothing more absolutely art than watching all of these people being murdered and eaten by zombies. It was beautiful. But when you're listening to this, the first half, like I say, it sounds pop-like. It's great. It's bouncy and wonderful. And then I read the comments that said it's even funnier once you read the English translation. So I read the English translation. It is tragic in two ways. The first part, if you just read surface level, he's already talking about how the gal that he's wanting and with is like a rotting zombie that won't let him go. And she keeps ruining his life like a hurricane. And he knows it's going to end in destruction, but he just can't get away from her. And then the second half of it is, I know what you're like. You are hungry for flesh. You are hungry for meat. You know, please kill me, eat me, marry me. And then that's the song. I see what the song is saying underneath it, and whether this is meant or not is, yeah, it's a song about a guy who knows that the gal he's with is destructive. She cares nothing for him. She is just using him. She doesn't care about his feelings. She doesn't care about him physically. And he knows that he's probably just going to die because of this. That when she enters his life and keeps coming back, it is like a hurricane has come back and destroys everything. But he can't let go, and he knows he's going to die. And he is okay with it. It's going to end with his destruction, and he's okay with it. Which makes, like they say, the entire video even funnier when the first part, when he's talking about this horrible stuff about this person who's ruining his life, when they're going, oh, hurricane, and it sounds great, but it's like, yeah, she's coming into his life like a hurricane and disrupting and destroying everything. Electric Callboy for the win. Do I actually have anything else in here? Only partly, sorta. I keep thinking about my various settings and stuff, and on the whole solo RPG setting, still working on things. I feel suddenly just dumb talking about it because nobody cares, but I've been working on it still. Working on all my creative stuff, and that's a good thing. I've been feeling down because I cold turkeyed off of my antidepressant because of the post office. And as I described to my doctor, I've been going down like this on my mood because, you know, the medication's gone. It takes time for things to happen. But with the medication coming up like this, I've had the pull of the med, but the drag of the lack. And it's still going to be a while before the drag is counteracted by the pull and it starts coming up like this. So I'm feeling really pretty down about everything, but I also realize it's just that. So I feel down and crushed while understanding that it's my natural state, you know, not medicated, but I wouldn't say it's a natural state. So anyway, though, I am going to edit and render this, which just means tidy up the front. And then I'm going to do what I can. Largely, I've been watching videos, trying to figure out what games play, what games don't on this hardware. And a lot doesn't. So, life is life. Of course, the great part about, this is an unscripted, everything's unscripted, but this is all of a sudden I'm going to talk about this. I hadn't even planned on it, but it's, no matter what you do, if there's a boot on you, there's going to be a boot on you. I was able to buy stuff because I didn't have to pay for my first and last month homeless at the homeless shelter in Port Orchard didn't have to pay first and last month's rent because you don't pay for your first month, you don't pay for your last month. I was only there for a first month and a last month, didn't have to pay. Didn't have to pay for my first month here, so I had 3 months where I didn't have to pay for rent and such. So I had a little bit of money to buy things like the tablet that I record this on. But then I moved in here and I qualified and they got my rent down to, I used to have to pay my entire disability and rent, and then I got a little bit extra to survive on, which once I bought, like $100 worth of stuff, I was out of money until the next month. Suddenly, I only have to pay like 400 and change here. But because I only pay 412 here, that means a lot of things that used to be paid for by the state to help me out, suddenly I have to pay for. So I went from having just about all of my money go to rent and a little bit left over for utilities to rent and then a whole bunch of utilities, because all of this part, not the rent part, is huge. Because I don't have to pay much for this, it means I got this free, which means there's going to be taking away a whole bunch of that stuff, which means it's not free anymore, leaving me to, well, all of a sudden I've got rent, food, pain meds, and now I barely have anything left. And especially now, I've got a colonoscopy that comes up next month. I had to buy the prep. That was $40 I wasn't planning on paying for. I got another rolling fee that's coming in. I just noticed on my email. Guess who hadn't planned for that? That's another $40 gone. There was another fee that I had that I can't even remember what it was. It was like 100 and some odd. Yeah, it's even when you try, there's gonna be a boot on you. This is my long way of saying, hey, I'm trying to get... I can speak English, and I am sorry. I would like to get a piece of computer hardware that I could do more than watch videos on. With the current piece of hardware that I have, that is a nice piece of hardware. Once again, somebody took the time to cook and prepare a 10-piece buffet-style banquet dinner for me. And I appreciate the work and effort and time that it went to make that for me. That's the laptop. It's the problem is parts of that were made and cooked with peanuts, and I'm allergic to peanuts. If I eat those, I'll die. So out of those 10 dishes, as it turns out, I can eat 2. The rest of them are cooked with peanuts. I still appreciate the time and the care and the effort made to prepare it and then give it to me. It's just that the hardware I have, it will not record, and I'm having so much trouble speaking English today, and you have my sincere apologies. It will not render video. A 20-minute video, if it renders, will take about 4 hours. And I say if because usually my video renderer crashes. It plays some games not well, but it plays them. And I can go online and watch videos. So I can go online and watch videos. And that's good. That part is not cooked with peanuts. The rest of it, unfortunately, is. I appreciate everything that went into it. I just can't do anything with it. So I need to get some computer hardware where I can do things like play videos and edit my videos. Play games and edit videos. So, which again is a long way to say I have a link down in my description to a GoFundMe to try and get enough money where I can purchase some computer hardware so I can do things. That would be awesome. So if you could check that out, that'd be very cool. And of course, if you have written a comment to me that is that is very cool, and I appreciate it very, very much. I've been answering a lot more, but of late, especially yesterday, I just haven't felt good because of my own stupid actions. But I'm going to be answering them and we'll be good. But I do appreciate each and every one. God, so fun. Thank you for watching this far. I am not intentionally an idiot. I just play one on TV, and unfortunately, it's become part of my personality. I don't play one on TV. I'm an idiot. If you could type sportsman into the comments to let both me and the YouTube algorithm know that you watched this video and this far, that would be very, very cool. Thumbs up and thank you. So yeah, I'm going to edit this, I'm going to render, I'm going to upload, and yeah, it's a warm day today. I've gone walkies, of course. I'm going to go walkies again later tonight. Yeah, I got my lab results, for which, I am still, boy, I got scraped up hard. When that person pulled the needle out and scratched my vein up, they scratched my vein up. I can't remember where I was going with that, but yeah, look at that. Anyway, though, so you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. Yeah, I can't wait until my Wellbutrin really kicks in. I took it on Tuesday. It's been 4 days. It can take weeks to kick back in. I am pissed that the post office went and lost them for me for 2 weeks. I do not like my head without ADHD stuff. It does not feel good up in here unless I'm medicated. I hope your day's a great one, though. Honestly, thoroughly and completely. That would be a very good thing. Thumbs up for that, and you take care.